Welcome to this feature-length episode of our journey on the Canning Stock Route, where we spend 16 days traversing 1,800 kilometres across some of the most remote and rugged parts of Australia. We start this epic journey just after filling up our diesel tanks in the remote community of Billaloona, just south of Halls Creek in Western Australia. It's the end of May 2022 and the weather this far north is hot. We don't have a big drive to start as our first camp isn't too far away. We are heading for Stretch Lagoon, a large body of water. There is a real sense of anticipation. This is a bucket list item for us, as I'm sure it is for you. A lot of preparation and planning has gone into this trip. There has been a lot of rain on sections of the Canning Stock Route, so Stretch Lagoon was full and teeming with bird life. If this is the kind of camping we can expect in the Canning, then bring on the trip, I say. After watching a beautiful sunrise over the lagoon, we refer to maps and guides to see what's in store for the day in anticipation for our first full day in the Canning.
So we're just leaving Stretch Lagoon now. It was a really nice camp spot and there's a really nice story here. Today, we are technically on the Canning, but we're doing more of it, so we're really excited. It feels like day one. You excited?
Yep, I am.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Off we go! In the convoy, we have Michael going first in the truck, then us next, and Adrian, Ellen, and Kendall Court. We're sending the truck first because apparently the track is quite overgrown.
The paint on the truck's not very good.
Yeah, he's kept it bad for however long for the Canning, and he's obviously the most visible, so that's why he's up front. There is quite a lot of traffic on the Canning this year, so yeah, having that is quite a good thing to have.
One thing we quickly realised was just how varied the landscapes are on the Canning. They seem to change without you noticing. You could be in a vast open plain one moment, and then find yourself driving through a beautiful stand of desert oaks. These changing landscapes become quite a theme on this track. we've just pulled over at our first well. It's not one of the official wells in the canning, I think, but it's called Cholga Well, so it's not numbered. Usually there wouldn't be water here, but there is a bit of water, I think just from a recent rain event. So yeah, interesting just to pull over and have a look. We kind of want to like do as much as we can while we're here because, you know, getting out here is a bit of an effort, so we want to do it properly. We just pulled over here. We're just making a quick cuppa. The truck's in front of us and he has to go pretty slow. The corrugations are pretty bad and the speed where he's sort of working is probably about idling in second for us. And we want to jump ahead of him now because cruisers can sort of float over the top of it. So we're kind of just waiting and then we'll float over the top and just go a bit faster. Around 50 k's it just gets better. So yeah, forward just have to cover. If you got a newer four-wheel drive and you care about it, it's definitely worth getting this like bush wraps or like protective clear film. Like I would be cringing so much more if I didn't have it. I just know that it's protecting it. So like it's still like, oh gosh, but it's making it a lot nicer, a lot easier. With the cruisers in front, we were able to set a pace that allowed us to float over the corrugations. But it wasn't long before the vegetation on the track was becoming an issue. It's starting to get pretty overgrown and we are noticing some nice bush stripes happening, especially, well, on the car without the bush wraps it's happening. We're pretty good, aren't we? I'm actually very impressed so far. It's working, it's definitely doing its job. But one thing we want to do is, we've seen a few people do this. Got some rope, just some cheap rope from Bunnings. Gonna tie it to our bull bar and then run it up to our roof rack. And just gives you a bit of a barrier. See, Adrian's doing it there. Just gives you a bit of a barrier, especially on your pillars. Your pillars really get smashed apparently. So my pillars actually don't have any bush wraps on them, so I want to keep them good. And I also want to keep the bonnet nice. I do have a patch on my bonnet, but it doesn't go all the way back here. And the bonnet's so pretty, isn't it?
It's a pretty bonnet. It's the
so
sexiest
pretty.
bonnet. Look at that hood.
Give the cars every chance they can get. Adrian's definitely thought ahead here. What have you got on top of your rhino rack, mate?
So they're just little rhino rack tie down eyelets. And so we'll go with the rope first. I've actually made up tailed stainless steel strap. So we're going to start with the rope, see how that goes, and if that breaks or fails, we'll go to steel cable, stainless steel cable. Alright Matt, that's heaps. Okay.
How's it going, Cam?
Good.
We've just left well 50 after scratching the car a little bit. So we just put some rope from the bull bar up to the mirrors, and it seems to be working, but we'll wait and see when we get out of the car and have a look-sees. And we're off to well 49 now.
Pulled over for lunch. We're having, what are they?
Rocket.
Panini, like Turkish bread with rocket, prosciutto, pesto, cheese.
Sun-dried tomatoes.
Sun-dried tomatoes. Bloody nice.
We're at well 49.
Well 49, it's pretty overgrown. Stuff's copping a bit of a pizzling on the car, but it's all holding up pretty well. Obviously just pop the awning out for lunch, which is just nice to have a bit of shade in this kind of weather. This is when you use your awnings when it's hot and sunny like this, so nice just to get it out. This one's from Destination 4 Drive. Got the telescopic arms, heaps of room. It's nice and quick and easy. This is well 49, one of the wells that has been restored and could potentially provide fresh water. but it's worth checking first. That's pretty clean.
Good water?
The touch of salty.
Big 6 year.
There's the 370 series and a truck at the tail.
So we just passed a convoy that we're heading northbound, and they were going southbound, and they got to well 46, and one of the utes in the convoy was an older Mazda BT50, I think. We noticed it driving past. I said, I think that thing has a snapped chassis. And Adrian asked, oh, one of your utes have a snapped chassis? He said, yeah, we snapped it somewhere near well 46 on a smaller sand dune, and they tried to patch it up best they could and decided to head back and head out. So it just goes to show, I was just saying to Holly, you sort of hear about those things happening, but you don't really see it much. But yeah, here we are, Canning Stock Route. Pretty typical story. It was a older ute, overloaded, a lot of weight over the rear axle, behind it, snapped a chassis, and that's your trip over and you're limping out. So yeah, it's no joke. And they said on the radio, said, oh, we've done it before, and we know there's much bigger sand dunes coming up, so we don't want to risk it any further. And it's fair enough. So yes, sobering.
So we're passing through some really dense, overgrown shrubs on the track at the moment. We've actually just broken the mirror on the passenger side of the car. As it sort of got bent down, a stick's come up off, or a branch has come up and smashed the mirror. But oh well, it happens, hey?
It does.
Yeah. We were planning on replacing it anyway, so this might be our sign to get some new mirrors.
The track continued through small dunes and overgrown sections, but we were really starting to get into the groove of the driving style required for the Canning. But it wasn't long before Holly noticed something wrong on the troopy.
We actually thought of you guys like, maybe we could give them
Yeah.
Holly spotted just the faintest little drip of diesel out of Matt's and there's sub, and where the weld comes in there's just a little hairline crack that's developed. So Bush Fix 101, soap.
So yeah, bar of soap and you can rub it on, and it should stop your leak. And I mean, we'll just keep an eye on it and hopefully it doesn't get bigger. So a bit disappointing. It's a Brown Davis tank, so it's a good tank, or a reputable company. Like, yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I mean, it's brand new, so watch your eyes.
We're going to have to check the mounts, because what it could have happened, the tank rises up to get the most room in a trippy, and where it comes down it's got a flat section right at a right angle. We just have to check those mounts to see whether it's all good.
Shifting.
Yeah.
Yep.
What are you wearing a thermal for in the desert for? You sleep in a thermal.
Alright, so yeah, we rubbed the soap on and it stopped the leak, so that's great. It's got a little bush fix. So yeah, look, I'm not going to jump to conclusions what's up with the tank. It's right in the weld there, so could have been any number of things, not just a faulty tank. So we'll get it looked at in Perth. I'm sure obviously Brown Davis would have a pretty good warranty and everything like that, so we'll take it in when we get to Perth and have a look, but we'll just keep an eye on it, and yeah, should be fine. We had done some pretty serious Ks today, and it was about time we started looking for camp. We found this incredible spot nestled in a valley. It was an amazing spot to watch the colours of the rock change.
Alright, we couldn't find the little bore. There was actually 2 tracks and we went in the wrong one. Little swimming hole, so anyway, so we couldn't get through the bush and it was just getting late. And we've just left it a bit late today, so we just decided we'll just pull up. We're all a bit frazzled just trying to figure out where we're camping and sorting ourselves out, and Cam's cut his hand, the poor bloke. And we're just gonna slow down and set up camp and sort ourselves out.
So we're just leaving camp now. We're actually going to Braden's pool, which is somewhere where we were trying to find yesterday but just ran out of time. So we pulled up to camp. We're like only 3 k's away. We just happened to take the wrong track to it. So we are gonna go try and find that now. If it's nice, we might even stay the day. If not, we'll just keep moving.
It wasn't a bad wrong turn yesterday for the camp that we had. I mean, obviously you would have seen the footage. It was just spectacular camping in the valley there. But we're really keen to check out these pools because, I mean, quite often they're dry, but there's been a lot of rain on the canning recently, so there could be a bit of water in it. So if there is, yeah, we might just pull up and swim for the day, and we've got a bit of work to do on the cars and just a bit of work, episodes to edit, photos to edit. There's always that to do with us, so we'll see how we go.
So good.
We told you there was a hole.
There's a little bit of hole there.
Alright, we've hit a bit of a dead end. That's the track through there. And we got the drone up and we can see the track continue on, but it's very overgrown here and we can't see any water or anything on the drone, so we don't know if we'll continue on and push through. It'll be a bit of a mission, it'll be a couple of hours. We reckon we might turn around, but I don't know, we could go for a little hike and actually see. So we'll see what happens.
5 minutes later.
Alright, so we've decided to not drive it, we're going to bush bash and just walk it through because there is some indigenous carvings there that we just want to check out, and we might have a look at this bit of water in the pool. Looks pretty anyway, so we'll go and check it out. We've got the machetes out and Cam is all suited up.
Ready for action.
Oh yeah.
In the middle.
So we're on top of a ridge again. Matt's just tucked the drone up just to have a look. The pool should be over here and the tank over here. But we're just kind of seeing if we can get to them.
I don't know if we can. It's just so overgrown. I don't even know if we can get down in there.
Watch that as well. Yep. Braden's pool, we found it. Finally, took a little bit. But it's unfortunately a little bit stagnant, so we won't be going swimming. But it's pretty cool down here. Pretty cool thing to see.
Yeah, I reckon we'd have been the first people for a couple of years.
Yeah, it was hard to get here.
It was a mission.
So we've just finished a hike up to Braden's pool, which is a very interesting track to get through to.
Very overgrown. I don't think many people have been up there in quite some time. That was a good walk. Once you get up on the ridge line, we'll follow the escarpment along. It's actually a pretty good walk, and you just got a little bit of spin effects to dodge your way through, but for the most part, it's pretty easy walking.
Plan today is we're going to get back on the CSR and then go to well 47, have some lunch there, and then hopefully make it past 46 to 45 for camp. But we'll see how we go.
As you can see in this shot, grass can build up incredibly quickly underneath, so we made sure to regularly stop and clean it out. It's even more important for the newer vehicles with DPFs, as it wouldn't take much to start either a grass fire or a fire underneath your vehicle. We continued heading to well 46 and have a quick lunch stop on top of this hill.
So we're back on the road after lunch. We just stopped at the lookout between wells 48 and 47. We're obviously back into pretty thick, dense bush, and now we've got some like tree stumps on the side of the track that could do someone's tyre, so we're just kind of taking it easy. There is a vehicle coming north that apparently has staked its tyre, so...
Yeah, well, it's off. I think it's changed the tyre now, so... Yes, keep an eye out. That would suck to say goodbye.
Yeah.
It was at this point we started hitting the dune country. They always make for a bit of fun, and there's no shortage of them on the Canning.
Going?
Good.
What you doing?
Driving up dunes. I haven't got bogged yet. Adrian got bogged on a dune. Michael's been bogged on a few. And I haven't been bogged yet. Almost. The last one almost got me on stuff.
Yes, I think it is.
We make it to well 46 just as the sun was getting low. After a tough day on the track, it was time to give the cars a once-over, something that is really important to stay on top of.
All right, we are pulled up to camp. We're at well 46. We've all just had a beer just to relax a bit. And we're just running over the cars, doing a bit of checking, maintenance. Adrian, how's that look?
Clean there.
Yeah, it's a fair bit of stuff in there, right? Look at that.
Yeah. It's all pollen, you can see.
Yeah.
Look at that, all the wattle.
So yeah, well 46, so it's actually flooded here. So there's a detour around it that we're gonna have to do. It's been like this for a while, I think. So I'm just gonna undo my air filter here. So I've got a custom airbox. So the boys at Performance Diesel Tuning, just south of Adelaide, threw it on for me. So the 70 series have a bit of a notoriously, how do I say it, crap airbox. Less than dusty engine. So this one uses the stock 70 filter, but it doesn't let dust in, which is just great. Just what you want in an air filter. So we'll see how she goes. Clean that up.
Whoa.
She's dirty.
She's dirty.
Good on that side.
She's nice.
I've got a heap on the inside of the box as well. I need to vacuum it out.
As the sun was setting, we all couldn't help but think of just how good the camps have been so far on the Canning. It's the stuff you dream of when you imagine travelling Australia.
There has been a bypass built around 46, which we are on now. We're just kind of cruising around. It's pretty windy through some trees, but at least you can get around and don't have to turn around and go back the way you came.
Kicked off the day with some of the most overgrown country we've been in so far, and in some spots we had to jump out and clear the track.
Just driving through this section now that's so dense with actually quite thick branches. So we pulled out the Ryobi to move some of the branches off the track, and I am amazed no one has cut that down earlier.
They were just like thick branches. A lot of the stuff that's scratching the cars are new growth, so they're not too bad, but that was like thick.
Yeah.
So it's good having a little like the 18-volt Ryobi chainsaw. It's good just to do that kind of stuff, quick kind of things.
Quick,
It's not a very big chainsaw, so yeah, they're a good little bit of gear. We've got a bit of Ryobi gear on this trip actually. We've got our blower, shop blower. We're using it to deflate our mattress, but we can also like blow the car down. I was doing that yesterday. Just like getting fires going, like a shop blower on the fires.
Yeah.
It's really good for that. So yeah, it's handy little gear for camping. So
We kept up with clearing the grass out from underneath the car. The blower came in pretty handy for this. We then came across Gravity Lake. Usually this is dry, but with recent rain, we were definitely going around the outside of this one.
Think small in the next bit.
Yep, I'm gonna name him Freddy.
We continued working our way through the dunes, which were getting bigger and bigger. It's worth noting that when you're going north to south like us, you are tackling the steeper side of the dunes, which is caused by prevailing winds. There are over 1,500 sand dunes on the Canning Stock route.
The dunes are becoming quite steep and very sandy. It's also the middle of the day, so it's about 12:30, so it's quite hot. Everyone's just letting a little bit more air out of their tyres because we're getting stuck. We got up over that last one, but only just. Adrian just got bogged, so he's gone back probably like 30-40 meters in reverse to drop some air. Yes, we'll see how we go.
With a bit more pressure out of the tyres, the cruisers were making it over the dunes, no worries. The truck had to have a few more attempts and a bit of track building so it could maintain its momentum and get up and over.
good job, Ellen.
Keep digging, just keep digging.
Yeah. Oh.
You got closer.
You got to here this time. You were
I reckon you get your front wheels to here and he's home.
Yeah.
But all this has resulted in a pretty major issue on the truck.
So it is getting pretty late in the day. We're trying to find camp, just somewhere to camp, because we're not going to make it to the next well. The only issue is because there's so much growth, it is so hard to find an open space. So we've gone over a few extra dunes to try and have a look ahead. We haven't found anything, so we're sending the drone up to go and have a bit of a scout. And then if not, we might just have to camp on some shrubs, which isn't ideal, but it's all we can do. So we've pulled up to camp. We have just found a spot off the track. We've made a bit of a clearing. It's not too bad. We've got a bit of work to do on the truck, break some front leaves, so we're just assessing that. And yeah, girls are making some hydrolytes for everyone. It's been a big day. I just said to Matt, the Canning is definitely living up to its reputation for being a hard track.
To something, so it's not going to kick out. Just to get the load off that so we can brace it.
We have pulled off the track here. Look, we just went to sort of a bit of a clearing, but we're sort of haphazardly around at the base of a dune. We thought we'd just pull off the track. It's been a long day, and the truck has had a bit of an issue where one of the front leaves has actually snapped, which is not ideal. It's not ideal at all. So we're going to have a good look at it, pull up early. We need to get a bit of work done anyway. Look, it's an absolutely beautiful spot we're in. The colours are just incredible, so I am excited for the afternoon light and get the drone up and we'll have a fly around and get some filming done. But yeah, this truck's going to be interesting. Yeah, this track is hard. The canning is really taking its toll on the vehicles. You can see, you know, there's just components and things that if you don't have your vehicle buttoned up, it's going to find the issues pretty quickly. Even all the components, like our awning, the awning bag, it's lucky it's really good quality because the amount of brush it's been scrubbing on it, it's starting to, you know, rub it and burnish it and just, I don't know, it's just sort of starting to fray. It is holding up, but you know, it just goes to show if you had a cheap one, it'd just rip through it, I reckon, and you'd be buggered. So yeah, the canning is definitely challenging endurance-wise on vehicles and on people. So it's living up to its reputation. It's good fun. What's your plan, mate?
We snapped a leaf on the truck, so we need to hold the pack up. We've only got two of the small packs. The bottom pack, which is thicker, is broken. So we have this Strzelecki bit of timber from the Strzelecki track.
Picked it up, 2x4, how good?
We now have a couple of breaker bars. So we are going to then put them in the timber. Might even do either side. And then bandit strap it, which you've seen before. We've done that on Elsie's battery, all up to Kimberley. So effectively we're making one solid rigid piece to take the load of that big behemoth behind us.
Sounds good, mate. It's ambitious. This is probably your most ambitious plan you've had on the channel.
Yeah, and hopefully we can find some steel at a wreck or something and use that next time.
2 hours later.
How'd you go, mate?
All right, have a look. Seven-ton truck.
Not too bad. It's pretty good. Wow. Run us through it.
So, ratchet straps, bandit straps, underneath all the orange strapping that you can see, which is the extra ratchet straps, is bandit strap. There's a 1-inch breaker bar underneath the 2x4 from the Strzelecki track. Have a look. Wouldn't have happened if it was a terrain tamer, would it? On a Land Cruiser.
Geez, don't speak too soon. You haven't finished the canning. But I'm confident.
Yeah, I'm confident.
That bush fix really is something else. In commemoration of it, we are doing a limited run of Everyone Needs an Adrian t-shirt just for that special Adrian in your life. Check the link in the description to order yours. This is what these trips are all about. There will be trials and tribulations throughout the day, but once camp is set up, The fire is going, you have a beer in hand, the company is good, and the colours start changing all around you. It's hard not to love this style of travel.
Morning everyone. Alright, we are all packed up, we're ready to go. So today, the truck has had its bush fix, hasn't it?
It's the bush fix's
Test.
Test phase.
It's its test. So we're gonna take it a bit easier today. What we're gonna do is stick with the truck, and if he needs recovery over a dune, you need someone to anchor off, or he needs recovery boards, just someone to get it, run around for him and do that. We just don't want to put any more stress in the truck that needs to happen. So instead of him having to really push it to get up a dune, he can take it a bit easier, we can help him out.
Probably fix up some of the whoops in the dunes, because there's been some traffic before that's made some big whoops.
There's a group of 10 in front of us, and they've really shot the dunes up, so just made it a bit harder. So we'll do that, and we'll get the GoPro under and have a look at your fix and see how it goes.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it articulates.
It's your most ambitious one yet. It's pretty good.
It has.
I was pretty impressed. Alright, we'll see how it goes.
We got the day started with some of the biggest sand dunes on the Canning. With the truck's recent fix, we wanted to see if it would hold up, so we threw the GoPro under the truck and it was looking quite promising and holding up. Nice one, Adrian.
$500 more RPM.
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah.
Same gear, but just a little bit
I went really slow just to feel it. And just a little bit quicker. This won't take much. Oh, that's better than factory. Yeah.
That's good, mate. What a bush fix.
That's perfect.
Wow.
The truck is actually going quite well. We have changed order of how we're going over, so we're over first. So if the truck does get stuck, we can give him a tug. Adrian's watching from behind, and then we have Cam up the rear. The more 70s that were going over the dunes, the more chopped up it was becoming. So that's why we've done a bit of a switch with the truck. So
we're just trying to make it as easy for the truck as possible.
It's just going to be slow. I think we've done 4 dunes so far.
Welcome back to Cam Court's car cam. It is day 5 on the Canning, but so far this morning everything's been going good. I think the cold sand is feeling good on the cars.
It's helping. So far looking like the fix is holding up. I think he's just trying to nurse the truck as much as he can.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of dunes still to go. I think the biggest ones are between well 42 and well 41. So we're gonna, I think, aim to get there today so we can top up with our water. And yeah, we'll just see where the day takes us.
Not only was Michael taking it easy on the truck with the fix, but now we could hear a noise coming from the front hub in 4-wheel drive, compounding its issues.
You back up, I'll come back over. Pretty hard Dune, but all to boot. The trucks, I don't know, there's a noise coming. Don't know what it is. Could be a belt but I don't know, it could be something else. So we really don't want to push the truck any more than it needs to.
The speed he's going to need to get up, it's going to bounce that bush fix too much. So Matt's getting ready in position with the Sabre winch. We'll get some Sabre gear out just to assist it up with a few max trucks or something, I think.
This recovery might look a bit over the top, but with the truck's 4-wheel drive potentially out of the question and a front leaf to nurse, taking a fast-paced run up in 4-wheel drive was an option we wanted to leave till last.
Okay, my thoughts are, it's really nice just actually having all the gear. Actually having, your winch and having all the extensions and the shackles and your max tracks and all the recovery gear. It's just nice to have it and to sort of be using it as well. I mean, a lot of the time, Holly and I have all this gear, we carry it all around with us, we've never touched it. And it's kind of nice to use it, but I mean, obviously it'd be nice if the truck was getting up and over and it was in good mechanical order and everything, but anyway, that's the canning for you. So we just don't quite have enough grunt with this winch. I mean, we're pulling a truck, so you kind of need trucks to pull trucks like this kind of stuff. So Michael's got his PTO-driven winch, so we're going to spin the Land Cruiser around, and we're just going to use it as an anchor, and just use the PTO-driven winch just to pull him up. So the controller on the winch isn't working on the truck. So no winch for the truck. So we're going to come up with another plan. We have found 2 shovels on this trip, and we've got, I think amongst us, like 6 or 7 shovels now. So we're all just going to, I think what we're going to do is reverse the truck down, and we're going to dig it all out, and we're going to put all the recovery boards. I think we've got 12 max tracks and 4 treads, so we'll just put them all up and make a highway. It's just a bit of digging to do.
So yeah, we got the truck over by digging out the sand and putting down a max tracks highway. Adrian also came up and over it, which did flatten it out as well, which was really good. So back on the move. We've changed order again, so it's us, then Adrian and Ellen, then the truck, then came in court. So yeah, we'll see how we go. We're not at the biggest dunes yet. At the moment we're between 44 and 43.
I mean, we were probably there for what, an hour?
Yeah, 2. Hour and a half. I think it was closer to 2 because it was 10:30 there.
Yeah, right. So nearly 2 hours there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can't really afford to do that every June. So hopefully it gets, we figure it out a bit more.
Yeah. All right, so we're over that section of dunes. Now we are driving parallel to the dunes for a little bit towards well 43. So we've got a bit of flat sections. These sections are usually corrugated, which they are at the moment. But yeah, we just get to 43 and then reassess and then hopefully keep pushing on.
Despite the challenges of the canning, the changing landscape was constantly blowing us away, and we were getting into a rhythm on the track and really starting to enjoy the adventure.
All right, we've pulled up to camp, we've set up, having some cheese and bickies, couple of beers. It's a good feeling. Getting the fire going. Today was a bit of sort of good times and some bad times. There was obviously the truck getting bogged. We were there for a while sorting that out. But as the day went on, Michael really figured it out. Didn't really need much help after that. So we sort of went ahead into Camp Masavo and he caught up. So yeah, we're at well 41. Making all right time. We are taking our time, but yeah, loving it. It was beautiful today. The dunes are stunning. The amount of vegetation on them, but just the colours, desert colours. As I've said before on the channel, I absolutely love desert colours. I think we're just gonna have some dinner tonight, relax. We're all gonna have a good shower because there's good water here at well 41. So we're gonna fill up all our water. We're all gonna have a good shower. We've got the heater going, so we're gonna have a good shower tonight. We've just been having little bird baths just to conserve water, but it's going to be nice having a good shower, but yeah, just watching the sunset. It's beautiful. Back on the CSR. It's always fun heading off in the morning. You're always pretty over it by the arvo, but it's always lovely in the morning. We started the day with, you guessed it, more dunes. Although these ones had some very nice corrugations in between. Lovely. Close to the middle of the day, the sand was becoming softer and our tyres getting warmer, making dunes a little more challenging. Not only this, these dunes involved corners on approach and whoops, which sometimes made it hard to get any speed up.
truck was able to get up the dunes taking a slow approach. If he didn't make it up the first few times, he would eventually get up and over after flattening the approach out.
Up on the shoulders, she said. Oh.
So it's day 6 today. We're currently not far from camp. 1238 is where we're staying tonight, which should be lovely. Apparently there's a big gum tree area for us all to pull up. So we're not far from catching up with the other guys. We've still got Michael travelling behind us. It's been a pretty cruisy day driving wise. It's gone really quick. But we've had lots of really big, long, corrugated, rutted sand dunes to get up today. So it's been a bit of a challenge. I think we're all feeling a bit mentally fatigued more than anything. So we've got an early camp today, chucking over the cars.
Yep.
And then probably some beer. What do you reckon?
Sounds good.
Perfect.
We pulled up before well 38. This camp is listed on Wikicamps and HEMA. The local rangers are burning off some scrub in the distance, making for an interesting afternoon.
Need our fly nets as we go south. Good morning everyone, it is day 7 on the Canning. We are approaching well 38, we're not too far away from it. That camp last night was very nice and amongst the gum trees. And yeah, we're just cracking on, apparently getting towards well 33, which is sort of a bit of a goal for us because the truck needs to make it to well 33 because Michael's decided to peel off there. He's just got too many things going wrong with the truck. It's all adding up and he just needs to get off the track and go and sort them out. So yeah, well 33 is our goal for the truck, but apparently there is some shocking corrugations. A 200 series that we passed yesterday said they were averaging 20 Ks on these corrugations. So if a 200 series is going 20 Ks, that truck is going to be literally going at a walking pace, which is not going to be fun. Anyway, let's go check this well out.
There are a few sites on the Canning where you can see some Indigenous rock art, which is well worth checking out.
Morning everyone.
Morning.
Day 7 I think.
Day 7.
Just been to well 37. Checked out a couple of grave sites there because apparently it was a bit of a haunted well. And now cruising through a heap of desert oak, like a stand of desert oaks in like the valleys between the dunes. It's really pretty. Some good camp spots. Now heading to, I don't know where we're going to get to today. We'll wait and see. We are a little bit hampered by the truck having its issues. So we're sort of poking along, making sure we can stay in radio contact with him, and yeah, we'll just get to where we get to. And I think he may be peeling out, might be peeling out at Kunawarritji and heading out to Port Hedland to get fixed, which is a bummer, but I think it's probably the best course of action for him now. If it was just the spring, it'd be maybe touch and go whether or not he made it the rest of the way, but now his alternator's playing up and he's got a crack sway bar out. I think it's all just starting to add up, so it's probably for the best.
Yeah, the truck's copped a bit of a beating, but it's alright. We've been taking it nice and steady, just kind of, I think, slowing us down to the point of enjoying it a bit more. I think excitement gets in the way and we'll be a bit rip tear bust, but that's okay. We'll get there when we get there.
It's been good.
Yeah.
Maybe a wicket camp in there. I was just saying to Court, we'll mark this down for next time and we'll camp here next time.
Bit bumpy through here. This section we can't get up to speed on the corrugations because of the trees, so suck it up.
What do you reckon about today, mate?
Nice day.
Really cool through those dunes.
Yeah.
Some of these dunes today, you would crest them and then turn a corner and actually follow the ridge of the dune. That was pretty
those
cool.
top ridge run sections, they were just a little bit whoopy, but you just sort of cruised along and just,
Yeah,
No,
I
there's
didn't get
oak.
in a low range today.
No, I stayed in high range, All these oak little outcrops you get.
Oak, yeah, desert oak.
We've said it a million times before, it's forever changing. Doesn't matter the trip, doesn't matter,
Desert today is, I was saying a whole, is completely different to the desert that we camped in the dunes.
Yeah.
Utterly different, completely different environment.
Yeah.
Still a desert.
Yeah. We've got
Well,
big run of corrugations there at one point.
yes.
It's a little bit unexpected.
Apparently there's worse ones to come.
But we're kind of a bit weird. We like those things. I do.
Yeah. I like them now. I'm going to float over the
Yeah,
corrugations.
and else it wasn't so good.
Straight.
Up ahead, we have heard the corrugations are the worst on the Canning, and we still have to get the truck out.
Morning everyone, it's 5:30 in the morning. Out early today because we've got to get into the community near well 33 for 11. Shop shuts at 11 to 2, so we've got to get there before then to get our supplies and do a few things, and I think Mike will be probably peeling off, the truck will be off, so too many things going wrong with it. And yeah, we'll resupply and keep cracking on.
We left the beautiful Desert Oak camp and got started to 34, but it wasn't long before we hit some serious corrugations.
Hit some corrugation just straight after well 35 that were pretty bad, and we're a little bit nervous considering, again, these still aren't the notable corrugations, and we've got really low pressures because it's first thing in the morning and it's actually quite cold this morning.
All the books warn you about the corrugations between 34 and 33.
Not these ones.
Not these ones, so the Droopy's handling them so good though, like it feels great. We've got the power to get up on top of them.
Yeah, anyway, stop talking, you probably can't hear us. Here there's 3 different tracks that people have made because the corrugations are so bad, and it's just a bit of a guessing game as to which one you pick and how it is. At well 34, now we are heading back out to the main track to do 34 to 33, and this is the notable corrugations. So these are the corrugations that the 200 series we saw the other day said that they couldn't get above 20 kilometers an hour. So
John Dubies. There's 2 ways to do corrugations. Get on top of them, or you go so slow that you're just crawling. And we've got the power now and the tyres to go and get on top of them. We've already done the ones we've done this morning. I say that'd be pretty similar.
Yeah.
It felt pretty good around 50, 60 Ks. Some people might think it's too fast, but honestly, it feels way better than going 30, 40. So we'll see how we go. But it's bloody nice having Junior to do it.
Yeah.
A 4-vehicle convoy heading south, leaving well 34 to 33.
We're on our way to well 33 from 34 apparently. As you can see, the corrugations are huge, and we're going to shake it up a fair bit. Really hard to hold everything still. Probably got about maybe 5 or 6 more Ks and we will be there.
All done. So we're at 33 now. Hands are feeling like I've been jackhammering for 10 hours, but yeah, pretty rough corrugations, just big bumps as well, but geez, this car just handles it so well. In LC that would have been atrocious. That would have been bloody torture, and it probably would have done damage to the car. So, well, I have to do a visual of the car now and see how she's looking, but went pretty good.
Well 33 is only a few Ks from the community of Kunawarritji. We didn't fill our water at 33 as the tank was very low, and there was a dead goanna in it.
Alright everyone, so we've just stopped over at the community near well 33. We have filled up fuel. We are chockers now because we've got the longer leg of the canning to do. filled up water as well. It's got good water here, feels good, and great little shop as well. So we've just got a few odds and ends with the food. Said our goodbyes to Michael. He is gone. The truck is peeling off, so he's going to go to, don't know, Port Hedland, Marble Bar or something to try and get a fix done and make his way back home from there. So we'll see how he goes. But yeah, it's definitely tough on vehicles, this track. It's no doubt about it. It's no joke. So keen for this next leg. See how far we get to the Sabo and try and find camp.
So we are back on the road now. We have spent most of the morning in the community. If you have a shower there, it's $10 and they allow you to use the washing machine. So we all chucked in a load and did washing. Yeah, definitely worth the stop. It's been an easy morning. We did a bit of computer work, put a bit of, I don't know, like goo on the fuel tank.
Now leaking sub tank. It's bloody got a crack in it. So anyway, it's all right. It's not a bad leak. It's probably, you know, might be 100 mil. Might be, you know, 100 mil every day or something. You know, so it might be like a litre for the rest of the trip, which is fine. It's just a bit frustrating, and we put a bit of gasket new on it, which just didn't work at all because it was leaking.
So yeah, we're about to jump back on the canning. Yeah, it's just the 3 cruisers now, so we'll keep on keeping on.
3 Land Cruisers. Well, as they say with Isuzus, you can go your own way, go your own way.
After leaving the community, we have the same corrugations for the next few wells till around 31. It's worth doing regular visuals around the outside of your car when they are done.
So we have made it to camp. We are at well 31. We did 4 wells today, which is the most we've done in a day. And obviously went through to the community, got a whole heap of stuff. And yeah, this is camp. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, too easy. Alright, so we've just hit the road. We are heading out from well 31 to well 30.
We got the day started. The roof wasn't the only issue we had. You'll also hear our rear leaves. We didn't have the correct leaves to the weight, and the silencer between the leaves had fallen off. Nothing like squeaks for 1,700 kilometres. It reminded us of Elsie, really.
Amazing how quickly the countryside changes, and well, yeah, I thought we were kind of done with sand dunes. We haven't seen sand dunes for 2 days now. Now we're back in the dune country.
Alright, we have pulled up here to Thring Rock, just on the way to well 29. We're going to have morning tea, cook up some banana bread and have a cuppa. But yeah, very impressive rock formation out in the middle of nowhere.
We are at well, what well is it? 36. 26. Oh, we're at well. Sorry, I did this before. I'm a bit fried this afternoon. Did quite a bit of running up dunes because we don't have the drone. It's been a big day. So we're at well 26. We are camping here the night and probably going to head off in the morning. We wanted to do a reset day where we just stop, don't move, like do a thorough look over the cars and whatnot, but we just wanted somewhere a bit nicer, so we'll keep moving. This camp's fine, but just not what we wanted. So big day today. We did 6.5 hours drive time and did about 170k. So our biggest day bar the first day, which was 195k. So it's good to start pushing some k's out. But yeah, we're all a little bit frazzled and fried. Good morning everyone. So we have woken up to a freezing cold morning this morning.
Windy.
Yeah, it says it's 9 degrees, but it's so windy outside. So we've got up and we're on the road first thing. We've got another really big day of driving today. We want to try and make it to Lake Disappointment today and then to Durba Springs the next day for our reset day. So hopefully one more big day of driving and then we can just have a day to chill out, or half a day and then a day to chill out.
We continued on counting down the wells, hitting more dunes, and were surprised at how many large bodies of water were still around from the rain that fell months ago.
Alright, we're here at well 25 and it's pretty interesting, this well. It's quite complete. It's actually sort of still a lot of the old gear that they had sort of used, so it's pretty cool to see. But I was really impressed with this gum tree here. Have a look how white it is. It's white, like fully white. If you rub your hands on it, it comes off on your fingers. Look at that. It's so pretty. I love the colours.
Our next stop was Georgia Bore, and we noticed diesel specs on our spare tyre gear bag.
Different leak, different crack, even worse.
Down the bottom.
No, this is a big crack. Fucking proper leak.
He hasn't got pano in it.
Get him in there.
So we've made it to Georgia Bore. This well is really cool because you hand pump it up. So we're just going to top up our tanks.
Great water as well.
Yeah.
Really, this is the best water we've had by a long shot.
We just discovered a new leak in our fuel tank.
Yeah, like on the Brown Davis tank. So we have one up in sort of a top junction where sort of the three axes kind of meet, and then this one is just a crack straight along the bottom well. It's no good. It's a proper leak, but again, the soap, rubbing the soap on it actually stopped it. I didn't think it was going to work, but it's bloody done a good job on it, so I'm just going to have to keep rubbing soap on it. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame. We're going to have to get that replaced, yeah.
With the water being so good here, we decided to fill our tanks. After pumping the water from the well into a bucket, we used a 12-volt pump to transfer it into the cars. We left Georgia Bore and were a bit concerned with how fast the needle was moving on our sub-tank's fuel gauge. So we decided to put a GoPro underneath the car to look at just how bad exactly the fuel leak was. And well, as you can see for yourself, that isn't where fuel is supposed to go.
So we've pulled off the track because we are leaking a lot of
What's going on?
Sorry, it was much to swear, but
I'll come under and we've done 300k, so that's yeah,
You putana.
do we have gear to siphon? So we're going to siphon diesel out because it's just pissing out of this tank, and I think we should have only used around 60 litres. I think we're moving down the needle. I reckon we've used 100. I don't know. Been annoying at $3 a litre as well.
oh well.
Yeah. It's fucking 5 inches long.
What if we put diesel in other people's vehicles just to get it out of ours?
Yeah. It's a considerable leak. It's a 5-inch crack in the bottom of the tank and it's coming out pretty quick. I've been noticing the needle going down today, but we've only done 300 since we filled up, so we've used too much. It's going out too fast, like to the point where we won't finish the canning if it keeps leaking at this rate. So Adrian's put, we've got a little stick of dry lube that we had that seemed to seal it up pretty good, but it's a big crack. So we've got the dry lube on there, and then he's got some silicone around there. And we're using Courtney's hairdryer to dry it off, using contact cleaner. But what we're going to do is we've just chopped some of our water hose and I'm going to siphon it out of the Brown Davis tank, and I've cut a little hole just near the end of the hose, so I'm going to shove my air hose in. I'm going to siphon it out that way because I don't want diesel in my mouth right now, because that would just really set my day off. It's great. Great fun.
I wasn't able to get a good enough seal on the air hose, so we had to resort to the good old-fashioned way of siphoning. Great.
in there.
Alright, you ready?
No, sorry.
Pull, you bastard.
Ooh, bastard.
Pull, you bastard. There is the drain.
Down where you were working. Underneath. Oh, sorry, mate.
Now we're going to drop it that way.
Oh, yeah. You're right, Adrian.
Yeah, I'll just try a little bit of this shit first.
Yep.
While the fuel was siphoning, Adrian tried to stick some molly metal to the tank, but because it was still leaking, the metal didn't set.
What is the angle?
Alright, so what we're going to do is we're draining our sub and we're filling the jerrys up that Cam has. He's just emptied it into his ute. And we're filling up Adrian's tanks, which have been emptying. And then, oh, do you want me to do that, mate? That's right. You're right. Yeah. And then we're going to literally siphon it out
When we need it.
when we need it into a jerry and put it back in ours. Not a bad idea, actually. It'll work. And then if we can get enough out of that tank and this stuff doesn't stick, this molly metal doesn't stick with the fuel on it, we can drive it over to that dune on a downhill slope, dry it all off with contact cleaner, and hopefully it'll stick to a dry tank. Not bad, yeah, that's a good point. Was it dry?
Yeah, but then it just builds up because the crack's 4 inches long. Until we get all the diesel out and have it dry.
Dry for a while.
Dry.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
The siphon was draining incredibly slowly, so we decided to use the drain plug on the bottom of the tank to empty the fuel via a bucket.
Alright, slow your flow. And in the hole, Holly.
This is...
Do you want a funnel hole? I've got one. For that poor maybe.
This is the sub, the rear sub.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's probably...
Doing a lot of work.
What do you reckon?
Major phone.
Okay.
You're getting very intimate with Junior there.
Top at wind.
I know. Everything all good.
Is there anything else up your back there?
No.
After 2 hours messing around on the side of the track, the sub was empty and the fuel was in the other Land Cruisers.
So it's day 10, we think. We're not sure. Everything's blending at this point of the trip. Might be day 11. I'm about 80% sure it's day 10 though. We're currently cruising through a bit of a salt flat, I would call it.
Getting close to Lake Disappointment.
Yeah.
this, Holly?
It's raining.
Raining in the desert.
It's raining in the desert.
Wow. Hope it washes our solar panels.
So we've just come in to see well 20. It's just a ruin. Pretty decent track in, 9k's in, 9k's back out. But yeah, we've been watching this storm front all morning, and yeah, we've just obviously hit the rain. So we're gonna.
I don't think it'll be much heavier than this, but
yeah.
It's pretty cool. I don't know, we also got weirdly excited when there was a bit of rain. It's like we're like little kids, like, you know, in the classroom when it's raining.
Yeah.
Go nuts.
Yeah, so the plan today is we'll just drive down Lake Disappointment. There's a bit of a lookout, but obviously we'll see if the rain reaches it. There we go.
Lake Disappointment was named in 1896 by explorer Frank Hahn, who, having followed creeks that flowed inland, was hoping to find a freshwater lake. Instead, he found this 160 kilometre long and 300 kilometre wide salt flat.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are set up at camp. Been here for a couple of hours. We didn't do very many Ks today, but we were pretty keen for a chill out day, and I'll show you why. Lake Disappointment out here, we skirted the edge and went around to a sort of peninsula, and our campsite's right on the edge. Got a bit of timber, we're gonna have a fire, just sit out in the lake tonight and watch the stars. You'd have to watch it though, it's not very firm underneath. You can definitely tell it's had some water in it recently. You wouldn't want to drive a car. You can actually see a camel has walked out, sunk in, and turned straight around and went back.
So we obviously spent the night at Lake Disappointment. We're heading off this morning. I think we've only got 2 wells to do, and then we'll be at Durba Springs.
Before driving across this, Adrian walked the crossing and found a firm base with a hole to our right. He marked this with a stick. We drove this slowly with the hope to not get too much brackish water over the vehicles. This is well 18 and one of the refurbished working wells on the Canning. We found a spot and set up camp. We spent the rest of the afternoon by the fire playing cards. Cam made a tan puff and sourdough last night, and we're all having a bit for brekkie.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. Look at that.
Hey. All right, we have just packed up here at Durba Springs.
Yep.
As you can see, it's absolutely stunning around here. We didn't do too much filming yesterday either, we just wanted to relax.
Yeah.
But as you can see, it's quite busy. There's probably about...
Well, we actually probably haven't shown that. A lot of our shots we've tried to not get a lot of the
There's
other
probably
people.
30 cars here.
Yeah, easy. There's a tour group here, so that just amplifies the numbers as well. But yeah, it's a stunning spot. We still wanted to come and stay here, but tonight and the next couple of nights we're keen to go back to our own camping spots and just be the three of us, just be remote because we are so remote, I guess.
Yes, yeah, but it's definitely worth a stop here.
Yeah.
It's absolutely stunning. And if you got it by yourself, you'd be very lucky.
Yeah,
so it's
so
worth a
lucky.
try. All right, we'll keep heading.
I'm driving
well 17.
today.
Yeah, Holly's driving, well 17.
Yeah, let's
All
go.
right, let's do it. We stopped at Canning's Lookout, and after a short walk, we were taking in this epic view. The track became quite rocky with some large washed out sections. girls had been behind the wheels today and were doing a really good job. Ellen got a little caught up here. She steered into the washout just a little bit early. We reversed Junior up and connected the winch just as a safety measure, and in a matter of seconds, Bertha was moving again.
Day 13. Left Durba Springs this morning, heading towards, I think, well 12. Courtney's lost track of where she is because she's concentrating.
It's been a little bit stressful.
Yeah, so pretty windy, rocky road. Corrugated, rocky, and a few sand dunes thrown in the mix, but they're not too bad today. So we'll poke along and see how we go.
One thing I didn't think I'd have to be doing this trip, putting in Jerry's. It's lucky we had the option.
Yeah.
Keen to get this tank fixed though. It was so good having it when it was working. I'm going to need it for Dirk Hartog. Taking the rest out of Adrian's ute now. But again, this should get us there, but we're going to have 20 floating to help anyone out if any of us need it. We should all be right. Yeah, we'd have smashed it in if we had all 270 litres.
Yeah, easy. We would have had like, well, we've lost 40 and then we've got 20 floating, so that's 60 litres. Yeah.
Frustrating. Anyway.
So we are at well 12. This is where we will camp for the night. Track today, I drove the first section. It was actually the most technical four-wheel driving we've had on the Canning so far.
Still nothing crazy, like.
No, but
easy stuff, but it was, yeah, you did well. Holly did really well by herself.
And the rest of the country was changed between like dunes, sand dunes, rocks. Yeah, so it was again a pretty easy drive. We've probably only got another 2 days. Tomorrow we'll probably make it to well 4, and then the next night we'll probably be in Wiluna. So second last night on the Canning, we think. Good morning everyone. So we have woken up to a very, very cold morning in the desert. It's currently 1 degree. It is 7:45.
There's frost and ice on things this morning. It's cold.
It's really cold. So we're not sure if it's just like a bit of a cold patch or if it's because we're actually going past the Tropic of Capricorn. Yeah, today the plan is hopefully to get to well 4, so that we'll be ticking off a lot of wells today. So we'll hit the road.
Yeah, we've got to smash through it.
Yeah.
Get her done.
Day 14 today, I think.
Yeah, 2 weeks on the Canning. It takes a long time, this track.
The next couple of hours we drove past salt flats, through sand dunes, corrugations and through rocky country that opened up out onto station country. We continued driving and happened upon a field of wildflowers. We were amazed to see how green the country was after the rain that came through a few months ago. It also meant we were lucky to see a lot of wildlife and variation in flowers. It was a long, dusty drive today, so when we got to camp, we pulled out our Ryobi blower to remove as much of the dust as possible. G'day everyone, we are down here at Durba Springs. It was a 180km drive to get here today, so a big one, but we just wanted to punch it out so we can get off the CSR a little bit earlier. We've got a few plans that we need things to do in Perth, so we've got to get that done, but as you can see, this is just absolutely stunning. The camp is not right on the spring, it's just over there a bit, but it's got toilets and fire pits, tables, things like that, so it's quite good. But yeah, it's just another one of those little things that just pop up out of the desert on the Canning Sock route. It's very, very nice. So probably come down here in the morning and have another look.
So today will be our last day on the canning. We have about 180 k's or so until Luna, and then I think the plan is to try and push to Meekatharra tonight. This last little bit is station country, and the track has just kind of opened up. It's been quite windy through like dry river beds for the past day and a half, so yeah, I think we'll be able to start putting in some k's quite quickly now.
The track didn't open up as much as we were hoping. We had to navigate a lot of dry waterways and washouts. This section of the track was pretty slow going. From well 3, we had 70 more kilometres of the stock route to complete before hitting the Wiluna North Road, which would take us into Wiluna. Well 2, this is where you can take the sand flags off. So yeah, feels funny taking it off. Alright, I'll be honest, I'm absolutely blown away this thing even lasted. Like the amount of vegetation and trees this thing has hit. It's like the bracket, the metal bracket on my bull bar's bent, and the flag has survived. So if there is any test for this flag to doubt its quality or anything, then
that has passed the test. Bush Ranger. Make very good flags.
It's official. We've now finished the Canning Stock Roads. Yay!
It is a good feeling, and so is this road.
So we're not far from Walloona. It's day 15, and it feels really nice to be so close.
And I think, even though we took a bit longer up the top end, we were sort of guessing somewhere between 14 and 17 days it was going to take us. So, all in all, it's turned out pretty well, time-wise. All in all, I think 14 days is not a bad number.
Yeah.
I think it's a good time. You get to see a lot, do a little bit of sidetrack stuff, and actually experience
everything.
The Canning, and all the different landscapes and wildlife and flowers. And, it's pretty special.
It's been awesome. I think we're both ready for a pup feed. I think everybody already knows what we're going to order, so we're going to keep going on from Walloona to Meekatharra. Hopefully tonight, and I'll get a chicken schnitty and a beer on tap.
And just like that, our time in the Canning stock route had finished. It lived up to its reputation as a remote track that posed plenty of challenges, but also as a track of incredible beauty and diverse landscapes. It's a must-do for any intrepid travellers who love this style of touring. We hope you enjoyed this feature-length episode, and as always, we appreciate the support you show by watching these videos. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.